Which path shall I take? Will it be something that sucks me away, or will it be something that helps me gain energy and become prosperous? Or maybe, just maybe, I already have what I've been looking for so long. This multi-universe loves to confuse you. What is my next move? What should I do next? What is best? If I do this, is something going to happen? Something's going to happen, whether you do it or not. Otherwise, you're just fumbling around, not being able to decide. You can't. You just don't know what is best. So you end up doing nothing, right? You end up doing nothing at all. Because there's so many different ways. There's so many different paths to take. And sometimes you think you feel guilty, like I went down the wrong path. So yeah, I'm a loser. Or maybe what it is that you're just messing with yourself, or the universe is messing with you. Call it what you will, because we all have free will, right? Even if it means, we got so much free will that we don't even realize that we got free will sometimes. It doesn't even seem like actual free will, because free will is like, we don't even realize that we have it sometimes because it's that free. And it seems like we don't have it. It would actually make you think that you don't have it, because that's how free, that's how that real freedom is. You won't even realize that you have freedom sometimes, right? This universe loves to confuse people and create stress, right? And there's so many paths to take, and sometimes you end up doing nothing because you can't choose the right path, right? This world loves. It seems the world or the universe or whatever just loves to create havoc, but at the same time, maybe that's just the influence, the ignorance of the consciousness around you that you have to interact with. In other words, the more awoken you are, the more it's going to be likely that you will be under stress, and people will have a more effect on you, and you can ignore it if you want. At the same time, the real path is the one that you make for yourself. Sometimes it can be from someone else, but most of the time it's just how you perceive things, your perspective of things, and how you move forward in the grand scheme of just all the consciousness around you. It's, because everything is just one great consciousness, ultimately. And it creates the illusion of being an individual, being one amongst many. It's like, what path should I take in order to get this? And there's the evil going out there for things when you don't realize you already have it. Because it's like, oh, you gotta make money in green paper in order to have stuff. It's just paper. It's a symbol. Everything's there, but everybody's got to dramatize everything. You gotta work hard and get everything all placed right in the store and grown at the farm, and then now we can survive. And we gotta have only a certain number of people do that, because there's so many people on the planet now. It's like only so few people can do it. I've driven out in the country. The land goes on forever. There's all kinds of things we could do, because it's just corporations and cities. And no, actually, there's a great deal of the earth that is still just land, basically. But everything is run by money, right? Everything's run by this green paper that we give value to. So it can seem like you got to, only this person can do this, and now this person over here reaps the benefits. It's like one person has to suffer for someone else to have pleasure. And that sounds like hell to me, because everybody ought to be doing their own part. But no, we got to have work placements. We got to have oh God, that's how ignorant and spoiled humanity has become. This belief that you got to work hard in order to have goodness. No, no, you don't. You just, everybody just do their part and it'll all be fine. But no, we got to have only this many people, and these people over here reap the benefits, and then eventually they have to suffer because either they run out of this paper or there's not enough placement for work or whatever. It's, you see how corrupt that is. And in the midst of all this, it can be hard to find the right path. What kind of motivation you must have in order to, survive. We're all going to quote unquote die anyway, but yeah, the path, from the way I see it, the path is simply to just exist and thrive with abundance that's already pretty much been given to us. But no, that's we can't have that. That's being lazy. We got to have everybody working their butts off, right? Otherwise, you're not contributing to society. Society, just like everything else, is an illusion. The only thing that's really real is just consciousness itself. And it's just creating and enjoying abundance. But humans got this thing where you gotta go through hardship, or for anything to be worth anything, the ego is the human being is. I've heard it said the human being is supposed to be the most intelligent, sophisticated, able species. Well, it's still, everything is consciousness, but at the same time, it's like you're not really using it that well, are you? Oh no, how can you say that? Look at all these scientists and doctors, and how many people actually become scientists and doctors, right? It's difficult, right? You gotta, labor, all you gotta do is pull a baby out. Anything other than that, you gotta create all this medicine and stuff, and I'll give you that, yes, but ultimately, it's just, the thing is, where's all this knowledge come from? You gotta have knowledge in order to know how to save somebody, because they can't figure it out themselves, right? Because everything is so complicated here, and that's how it's hard to find the right path. The right path is like you got a wool pulled over your eyes all the time, and you're in this matrix, and you want out, but you can't get out. It's like, and then you can't say nothing about her. It's like, oh, you're being a baby, you're being stubborn, selfish, lazy, whatever. People just don't seem to understand that bringing a child into this world is just creating more suffering, because everything is all about struggling to figure out what's best for an individual. But at the same time, it's like, no, you got to do what we want, and you got to do all this stuff here, and you got to have all this knowledge, otherwise you can't help other people, or it's not worth doing, or whatever. So people end up having to suffer ultimately anyway, because of everybody believing that everything has to be difficult. Or there's only so many people can do this. There's got to have this knowledge in order to be able to do something. And it's an illusion, man. We got technology today, the internet, it gives you almost anything you'd ever want to look up in the library, but at the same time, it's like, well, you have all that knowledge, it just either leaves you, there's too much of it, you got to keep memorizing it. Why can't you just have what you need at a certain time? Why is everything got to be all built up, like in school, you got to memorize everything? One time, somebody actually wanted me to memorize a whole menu, or I couldn't go work in the restaurant. I couldn't do it, it's too much, all that information at once, right? It's like everything's got to be perfect. You got to be like a robot, perfect puppet, marionette, robot, whatever. Everything's got to be just so sophisticated. You got to know exactly what you're doing. And you got to have all this information in you all the time. Otherwise, you're, what is the word I'm looking for? You're expendable. Yeah, you're expendable. How in the hell are you supposed to find the right path for yourself when it's mostly about just trying to figure out what other people want? Or basically, it's like you can't really be yourself, as if you could ever not be yourself. I mean, everything is yourself, even if it isn't. That's how amazing we are. You can't really be yourself without having to worry about serving all these other people that ought to, serving themselves. It takes hard work in order for things to get done. Well, yes and no, because everybody did their part. Probably the world would change. That's all for this one. Black Hole Handle, what up? Peace out. Yeah, that's all for now.